All right, we are live, Krista. Woohoo!
Yay! Live on a
Live.
Monday.
I know, right? And we've already got one
Mhm.
person coming on. I know people are coming on because they want to talk to us about the fit of a firearm, which we'll get into.
Yes.
How was your weekend? You
You know,
hunkered down last night.
we did hunker down. So for those of you in the South, actually, I've seen it as far as Virginia, may have gone a little further than that, all the way down into Texas. I hope you guys were able to stay safe. We hunkered down. We were fortunate at our home. We did lose a few trees, but not on anything that caused any harm, but not far from us. And I know many people around the South lost property, had serious property damage, and there were some lives lost. So you are all in our thoughts and prayers. Um, Saturday was a beautiful day. You know, we're all staying home because of our new stay home order, and I'm getting projects done that have been on the list, like way at the bottom of the list. I don't know what I'll do when I run out of projects. What'd you do this weekend?
I cleaned out my garage and played with puppies and
Oh,
worked a little bit.
puppies.
Yeah, the puppies are doing so good. So now when I go in, I'm like, "Hey, puppies," and they all come running to me. And so it's really been adorable.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's great. And then my garage is clean. So, hey, how about that? So, hey everybody, I see you're all joining us and we're so excited to have you. Today we're going to talk about the fit of a firearm. And before we really get into that, I want to tell you that my definition of fit and some other people's definition of fit are different, and that's okay. When I talk about fit of the firearm, I'm talking about the way the gun feels in your hand, that you can manipulate all of the components of the firearm comfortably and safely, and how that really feels. I'm not talking about the technical aspects of fitting a firearm, which there is such a thing of fitting a firearm technically. I'm really talking about, just how it feels and how comfortable it is for a new shooter, for an experienced shooter. And then I want to say one more thing, and then I'm going to turn over to Krista. So, you know what? It's okay when you start shooting and you go to the range for the first time, be prepared that people are going to say to you, hey, it looks like you're not doing this right. When what they really mean is you're not doing it the way I do it. And so as you develop your shooting stance and your shooting habits, try different stances, different things people do, but always go back to what's most comfortable to you and where you're the most accurate. Because at the end of the day, what is most important to a shooter is accuracy and safety. So just go to those things. And Krista, back over to you, baby.
So now I have to comment on that, Karen, because I was going to wait and say something, but you went ahead and went with that first. I also want to say, from the instructor standpoint, right? I'm hoping that all of you, whether you're an experienced shooter or a new shooter, you think you might want to start shooting, that you go out and uh, gain some professional instruction. And some of you, and I hope all of you, if you choose a firearm for your home or yourself or your personal protection or for fun, will gain more than one class. You will choose different instructors and expose yourself out there to the different styles of teaching and the different learning principles. At the end of the day, what makes the most, what's most important is firearm safety. Number one, first and foremost. So if you go to a course or you choose a class and the safeties are not there, red flag. If the safety is there and everyone's following the rules and you learn a new way, hey, it's a new way, because all of us need exposure to something different to find what works for us. And if we stay in that one tunnel, we won't find the right way. So we got off track. Let's start first with good morning and welcome, and let's talk about our winner from Friday. So if you guys remember Friday, we had a great lesson on turkey calls. It's so funny because we've got some and turkey calling and turkey calls and we have some peer instructors that was later in the afternoon were sharing from the Primos site how to actually do these things, because clearly I was having a problem. But for those of you that watched, liked, comment, shared, we do have a winner of the Primos box call, and that is Jennifer Taylor Reagan. So Jennifer, I will reach out. Yay, congratulations. And message you, get your mailing address. Remember that most of these prizes are coming from our partners. And just like we are at the Stay at Home, A lot of these partners, if they have essential work, because some of them do, are limited in what they have as far as staff. So it may be a bit before you receive your winning in the mail. Don't worry, we're here. We'll watch it for you. I promise it'll come. It'll come directly from them. So thank you. Congratulations, Jennifer. And we are so glad to see you today. Couple really quick notes, and we'll go over those at the end of today. Don't forget, like, comment, and share today's live to win Shoot Like a Girl swag. Am I right, Karen? That's what we're giving away today. Is some Shoot Like a Girl swag.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. I see you're wearing your shirt today.
I am. We're gonna actually give away one of our Shoot Like a Girl pistol cases, which are really nice pistol cases made in the USA. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. Yeah.
All right.
I've got my
go ahead.
I've got my Shoot Like a Girl shirt on because I wanted to dress up today and talk to you ladies about the fit of the firearm. And as I told you, my definition of fit is how it feels in your hand. And at the trailer, we're really fortunate because all of our gun manufacturers have firearms on the counter, and someone can literally go through one by one. When you go to the store to look for a gun for the first time and you want to try them out, depending on what state you are, most states are limited to only being able to pull out 2 firearms at a time per customer. That's one of the rules that they have under the ATF. So what you want to make sure is,
what are those acronyms out there?
Yeah, one of those acronyms, exactly. So what you want to do is tell the sales clerk, this is going to take a little while because I'm trying to find the gun that fits me best. So just tell them, you got to be a little assertive and tell them you're going to go through quite a few. But what does that mean to say the fit of a gun? To me, every single gun is going to feel, it's kind of like your favorite pair of jeans or your favorite high heels. You know how you have some high heels that you can walk in all day long and some that you can wear for like the party and then you got to take your shoes off. So that's what we're talking about when we say the fit of the gun. And so you want to try as many as you can, and you want to get a good grip. And we could do, Krista and I were discussing this morning, she dissuaded me from showing you guys how to get a good grip because that could be like a whole lesson and take like 40 minutes. But really what you want to do is make sure you get a good grip of that firearm and you get your hand up on the grip high. You acquire
that V really high.
Yep, that V really high, that you grab your second hand and you've got it up nice and tight to where the firearm needs to be, and then hold that gun out in front of your line of sight. So when you pull your firearm up, literally, if you were to think about looking down at the ground in front of you and then just pull your hand straight up, it's going to tip your body into the position that it needs to be for a shooting stance. You get your shooting stance and then look through those sights, and then you're going to ask yourself a whole bunch of questions. The questions are, and Krista, you can help me with that. The questions are, how does it feel? Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it comfortable? Are there any grips on it? Is the texture of it comfortable in your hand? Can you reach the slide? So here we are kind of talking about fit. Can you reach the magazine release? Can you reach the trigger? How does that sight picture look? So there's a whole bunch of questions that you want to ask to figure out whether that gun feels right to you or it doesn't feel right to you.
Right. So I think let's go back to that first really quickly, Karen, because that's a really important starting point, is how it feels in my hand, how it truly feels. The weight is very important, and it's individually based. There might be somebody out there that is appears to me more dainty than you. Maybe they seem like they don't have the muscle that you have. But when they choose a firearm, it's larger or bigger or heavier. Does that mean because you're bigger or taller or stronger that you should choose a heavier firearm? Not necessarily. You have to decide what feels best in your hand, whether it's weight, grip texture, because grip texture is really important. I'll be honest, I'm one of those grip texture snobs. There's a few things I personally am picky about, just like I am with my jeans and my shoes and everything else. If I might shoot something very well, I might be able to pick it up and shoot it well, but if it's not comfortable in my hand, I'm not going to go to it first. So first I have to decide why I'm choosing that firearm. Am I going to choose it for personal defense, home defense, going to the range and having fun, competition shooting, right? All of those things come to play. So yes, grip, weight, texture, all of those come first. Decide what fits for you, not for somebody else.
Right. We had some ladies talking about when we talked about fit of firearms, saying how their husbands were so great and would go out and try to buy them a gun and bring them back. And I'm all about get gift certificates, because you, just like they couldn't go buy your blue jeans, they really probably, unless you gave them the specific like ones, they probably can't go buy your firearm.
So since we have mostly ladies on here, I know we have some men on here too, and that's okay. We were glad you're here with us. I use this analogy in some of my classes a lot, because as we change and as our bodies change and the relationships that we're in, this is one of those windows that sometimes we cross. You know, when you're newly in a relationship, or maybe you're long-term married and you still have some great romance in your life, and your husband was kind enough to stop at the mall and walk past Victoria's Secret and purchase the most beautiful underwear set that he feels confident will fit your body just like it does the model mannequin in the mall. Right? And so you you go home, right? You graciously accept the gift with a smile. Thank you so much for thinking of me. And you run to the bathroom knowing that there is no way your body going in this, and you put it on, you want to look just like they want you to look in it, right? So a firearm's the same way. They go to the store, they put it in their hand, they choose something based off of the way it looks, or a color, or what they've heard, or what they think, right? And they bring it home, and they say, here, I love you, I want you to take care of yourself, I want you to have the confidence that you need, and I've purchased this for you. I know it will fit you just as it does me, or just as it does the person in the store, just like they would have with the underwear set. And you go to the range, you go to class, and it feels awkward. It doesn't feel right. Something that's not fitting right, right? It doesn't feel good. It's okay to say, you know what, maybe this one wasn't for me, but I want one. I've got to go find this for myself. So gift certificate, right? Karen mentioned it. Tell your guy, hey, I want a firearm, but you know what? I'm learning about choosing this for myself. Maybe you could gift me a gift certificate versus a true firearm.
Yeah, I love that analogy. That's so great, because I just think about the panties, and then when you said color, or even the type of gun, because a lot of men will go out and buy their wives revolvers, which revolvers are a great option. There's nothing wrong with the revolver, but it's only one of those options of choice that's available. And color is great. And I know that there are some of you ladies out there that absolutely love color, and some of you that are like, I don't want color, and that's okay. But don't ever let the color of a gun make the decision for you in terms of the fit and the function of the firearm. If you want a colored gun, that's great. Go buy it if it fits you and it's functional, or go buy it as a collector's piece. But don't buy it just based on the color of it if it doesn't fit you right and you're not comfortable shooting it, because that's really, really important, that you're just absolutely 100% comfortable with that firearm. And one thing, when you're at the store and you're looking at guns, tell the salesperson, hey, I'm going to pick a wall as a safe direction. Can you scooch out of the way? And I'm going to use that gun. I'm going to use that wall right there as a safe direction. And you definitely have to pull the gun up to your line of sight, because you want that sight picture to be clear. Now, can you change sights on some guns? Yeah. But are you going to? Maybe not. So if you aren't going to invest that time and energy to make it the best gun for you, then make sure you're buying out of the box what's going to work for you. And because that's really, really important.
So Karen, because we're going to run out of time, this is one of those subjects we could literally spend hours on. Let's make sure that we've touched on a few things. First, if you guys hear shooting in the background behind me, people are stay at home. So there is a little small range not far from here, and they're using it this morning. So I apologize if that's distracting and you can hear it. Remember, this is about you. This is about you and your firearm, and you will come across people, whether it's your person, Could be a spouse, dad, brother, sister, mother, cousin, uncle, instructor, gun store owner, range owner, general conversation. Maybe you belong to a group of people and firearms has become a focus and they all have opinions. Maybe you're already part of a shooting group and there's opinions. It's okay to have an opinion, but the decision is yours, period. It doesn't matter. You might choose the largest caliber revolver that you want and walk into a store and say, or range and say, I'm ready to shoot. And they, how often have you shot? Well, this is my first time. That's your choice, right? Understand that you are making a confident decision for yourself. Do your own research, go to the store, follow the safety rules, and try them on. Ask to see things, see how they feel. Do they feel good? Do I like it? And start there. It doesn't mean that that's the one you're going to choose. It might be a perfect fit the first time, and it might not. And that's okay. Be confident about it. Don't get overwhelmed about it.
Yeah, I'm going to add to that. So when you narrow that choice down to your top 3 or 4 firearms, then find a range that will rent firearms and go and rent that gun and actually shoot it then at the range so that you get that option to see how that gun shoots, because it may feel great in your hand until you have the recoil and you don't like the way the gun recoils, or something about it when it's actually operating doesn't. So the sales counter is your first step. The second step is actually going out and shooting that firearm and seeing if you like it, if you have that option available to you.
When you're renting a firearm, real quick, I just want to remind everybody, how many of you have rented a car before? And the first thing you do when you get in the car is you look around, and one of the things that you see is, does it have 100 miles on it, or does it have 2,000 or 20,000 miles on it? Remember, when you're at a range and you're renting a firearm, if there's something that doesn't feel right, maybe you're just not sure, you can ask, how long has this firearm been in the rental program? If you love everything about it, but there's one little feature that seems not right, and it's been in the rental program for 2 or 3 years, it's had a lot of rounds through it, check it out somewhere else, right? And see if that one little thing was the thing that's been used so much that it needed to be replaced and hasn't been replaced yet.
Oh, absolutely great points, Krista. At the end of the day, ladies, we just want you to be out and confident in your decision that you make and finding the right firearms. We're excited that you all joined us today. We're mindful of your time. We try to keep these under 20 minutes. Our goal is 15, and we not yet met that goal. But because we can talk, y'all. I got to add just one little quick story about the coaching that we started out with at the beginning. When y'all know that when I was a shooter, I always say that because it was years ago, decades ago, I won the Colorado State Championship for archery. And when I was practicing, I learned to shoot on a bow that was too small for me. And so I learned to shoot with improper form. And when I got the bow that fit me, I still have a little bit of improper form because it's how I learned, it's how I'm comfortable, how I'm accurate. But every time I go to the range, somebody will tell me, and I actually hired a coach, and the coach tried to make me change my form because it wasn't textbook correct. And my scores dropped like 20 points a game, which is a lot in archery. And so always go back to what's most comfortable. And y'all, my sirens are going off. So apparently we have some tornadoes in the area. So we are going to have to cut this a little bit short today. I apologize, but
Karen, if you want to drop off, I'll finish up.
Yeah, y'all have a great day. Sorry, I've got to run.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So ladies, just to recap really quickly, remember this decision is yours. Get as much information as you can from every source out there. Don't just limit yourself to what one person tells you or one instructor tells you. Remember safety rules. Keep that finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Always keep your muzzle pointed in a safe direction and not at anything you're not willing to destroy. Treat every firearm as though it's loaded and be aware of your target and what's beyond it. All of you stay safe. We have been in some strange weather. Karen, we're thinking about you. Remember, like, comment, and share to be entered to win the Shoot Like a Girl swag, which is a pistol case. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central, join us We're going to have our ladies' night in with Liz Lazarus. Liz Lazarus. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. She is going to join us. We're going to talk about book 1 for sure, but she also has book 2, and I know book 3 is on its way. Maybe she'll give us a little snippet of a leak. I don't know. So come join Jammies, hair in a bun, wine, water, whatever you want to drink. It'll be 30-ish or so minutes of a bunch of ladies coming together. We will have a contest tomorrow night. It'll be a fun one. I already know what it is. I look forward to seeing you there. Join us Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time for situational awareness. We're going to start talking about those color codes. What does it mean? How do we stay aware of our surroundings and how to stay confident doing that? Thank you again, ladies, for joining us today. Remember, we're talking about how to choose or fit a firearm for yourself, and it comes first with what you want, what you need, gain experience, gain knowledge, find what fits for you. We'll talk more later. Have a safe day. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for joining in. Bye.